It's time to take a TO with coaches Turner and O'Neill. Produced by Kurtis Cross and engineered by DJ Krissy.
It's time to take a TO with Turner and O'Neill. Your new favorite podcast features conversation from the world of high school, college, and pro sports, along with other riveting content. Connect with us on Facebook and Instagram at Turner O'Neill Podcast and on Twitter at Turn On Podcast, or visit www.turnerando'neill.com. Listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Buzzsprout, and more than 15 podcast platforms. We also invite you into the studio each week via YouTube. Subscribe and watch each episode on our YouTube channel at Turner O'Neill Podcast. Thanks to our premier partner, Ray Cruz and MCF Mortgage, our partners, Dynamic DJ Entertainment, Healthy Baller, Insurance Alliance Group, LLC, and Marquise Evans with Keller Williams Capital Properties. Our sponsors, O'Neill Development, LLC, Next Level Lacrosse, A Squared Home and Office Solutions, Collins Funeral Home, and Peace Players International. And our donors, Winsight Media and Gene the Barber with Max Life Barber and Salon. Take a TO with Turner and O'Neill is produced by Kurtis Cross and engineered by me, DJ Krissy. Now we welcome you to today's episode as we take a TO with coaches Steve Turner and Casey O'Neill. Here's your host, Kurtis Cross.
Welcome to Season 3, Episode 24 of Take a TO with Turner and O'Neill. I am Kurtis Cross, your host. I'm joined as always by Coach Steve Turner, Coach Casey O'Neill, and of course our esteemed engineer is DJ Krissy. We thank you for listening and watching each week. We are at home today. It's TNO, the home edition, and we do have a wonderful guest coming up. Our premier partner for Season 3 is Ray Cruz and MCF Mortgage. Ray is a friend of the program and is the only mortgage lender we endorse right here at Take a TO with Turner and O'Neill. Ray Cruz is mortgage intelligently. We'd like to thank our partners, Ray Cruz and MCF Mortgage, Dynamic DJ Entertainment, Healthy Baller, and Marquise Evans with Keller Williams Capital Properties. Let's not forget the Insurance Alliance Group, LLC. They've been with us since Season 1. Gentlemen, just so you know, we're heading into Season 4 in a few weeks. O'Neill Development, Max Life Barber and Salon, Marquise Evans and Keller Williams, and A Squared Home and Office Solutions are all back in for Season 4. The rest of our sponsors, our donors, and our partners, we're looking for you to renew. And if you don't, hey, we got some spots open, but we want everyone to come back. We love our advertisers. We love those who support us. Before we get into today's episode, gentlemen, how was your week? Coach Turner, you had a heck of a Monday. Talk to us.
Today was a mess.
Okay, a mess. All right.
So, coming back, I think Gonzaga has done an unbelievable job compared to many schools and how we're, getting our faculty and our students back on the campus, but we had to have a negative COVID test coming back. So I did as I was supposed to, set up a test once we found out during the break that we had to do it. So my test decides it doesn't want to give me an answer. Took the test on Friday. We're third day away, tells me 1 to 2 days. So I drive in this morning because Jared's good and drop him at the circle. All the while, the whole ride, I'm hitting the refresh button on my portal, hoping that I'll get a result before I get there, so I won't have to turn around and go home. But I don't get one. So I drive from D.C. to Laurel, since my mom, bless her, had a couple home tests. So got to her house, had to drive from Laurel back to Silver Spring, go home, sit down, as my anxiety's kicking in because, as you said, there's a game tomorrow. I won't call it the big game, but a game tomorrow. And I'm hoping to be able to be at practice this evening and be able to coach and get ready for the game. So take the test, comes back negative. Woo! Thank God. Now got to drive all the way back to D.C. and have
Sure
a work. So go through the day, get there. Number one, looking around to see that all my players were back. 100% back, so that was a blessing. And then lo and behold, in the middle of my practice tonight, my test comes back negative.
As we knew.
And I'm like, why you got my stress levels working up? But I guess it is what it is. But the last week to say was been great. We got back on the court. Had a couple games under our belt. Beat Riken at home, and then last night we beat Good Counsel at home, and we got the math on our streak tomorrow. So
here's the important question, though. After you went to Laurel, went to Silver Spring, came back, did you get your normal parking space, or did you have to park somewhere else?
Nobody parked in my space. They were smart.
How about they were smart? Coach Turner, this is the moral of this story is he got his parking space. Coach O'Neal, what about you? Coach O'Neal's frozen?
He's frozen.
Coach O'Neal is frozen. We're going to go to DJ Krissy. What about you, DJ Krissy?
I only have one thing
There
to
he
say.
is.
Coach O'Neal, you were frozen for quite some time. Tell us about your week, sir. Can he hear us? Can we just talk about him and he doesn't know?
We can definitely talk about it.
All right, Coach O'Neal has smelly feet.
Krissy, tell us about your week.
Tell us about your week, Krissy.
I have one word,
What's
and
that?
that's it.
Oh, God. It starts with S and ends in W.
You got your snow, girl. You got your snow.
Yes, you did. Yes,
And,
you did.
and plenty
I
of
got
it.
extra snow. I got everything.
You got
Casey,
ice.
Casey, you back?
He can't hear anything.
I suggest you log out and come back in.
Yeah, log out and come back in, man.
Okay.
All right, Krissy, kick him out. Kick him out of the StreamYard.
There he is now. Here.
Wait, are you back? Oh, he was
No,
there.
no, hold on. He was laughing. Doesn't mean he could hear us.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So you got your snow. You got your shovel on.
Well, yes, I did get a lot of shoveling done.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little bit of back pain to show for that.
Right. But you a
Muscles.
Supergirl.
Got some muscles.
Yeah, that's all it is.
But yes, that is my excitement.
I told you it was coming. I told you you were going to get one this year.
I
And you
have
got
a feeling
two.
this is
You
going to
got
be
two.
the year for more. That's just my feeling right now.
I'm not listening to you guys. I'm not
They're talking
listening
about
to
some
you
more
guys.
for next week. They're talking about more next week.
All I'm saying.
Whatever. Anything else, Krissy, besides your snow?
Well,
She's gonna let
Curtis, why
Casey
you
know.
up? Why you
Well,
upset?
I'm
You got a
trying to
young
let
lad
Mr.
that's over there
Casey back
shoveling
in.
your snow. You're good.
All right, Casey, are you back? Can you hear us?
I'm back. That's kind of the day Coach Turner had is like the week that I had. It just happened in that synopsis of internet and everything that's going through, man. I apologize about that. I'm sitting here listening to Coach Turner's story, and then woof, I'm gone.
And you were sitting here like this. You were just frozen right
You're
here.
frozen.
I thought you were
Hey.
just, paying super attention.
Right? I thought he was like engrossed, right?
Totally locked
And
in.
you're just gone.
It's going to make for good audio for sure.
Well, how was your week, Coach?
Oof. Crazy. It's a crazy week from the snow to, people feeling under the weather, everybody being nervous and making sure the girls are healthy. Cole's going back to school. I mean, it's been crazy, man. It's been completely crazy. And I feel like everybody that I work with or somebody that's, somebody you're going to train or somebody you're going to see is affected by what's going on. And so it's messed up a lot of the things we're doing, but everybody's healthy, happy, moving on, baby.
What have you guys done, Casey, with the snow and training?
So that's honestly, it's been tough. It's been difficult because some of the facilities, right, if they're shut down because of the snow and you're going to work with some kids, we kind of do what we're doing right here, right? We get them up on the Zoom, we get them up here on the StreamYard, and we work with them. We break down film. We had a big group session that we had to do the same thing. We provided film for them, and then we make it up. And, look, a lot of stuff we can do indoors, but everybody's trying to be safe. And like I said, there's not a single person I haven't met or talked to that hasn't been affected by a positive test or this or having to, stay home and quarantine. It's insane.
Well, it seems like what you're doing with these young men and women it will allow for the opportunity to work on the mental.
Exactly. And I think with our guest tonight, it'd be a good opportunity to hear him talk about that. He's got a lot of good exercises and things to do with the kids because, they're so close and we've gone so far that we cannot take step backs now. We got to keep going forward with these kids. So, speaking of mental health and everything we're going through, it's a good man to have.
My week was great. Since you guys asked, the highlights included another week.
Hold on, Curtis.
Okay, good.
Now
Now
we're-
I know you're ready. Okay. Another week of wins in fantasy basketball for me and the kids. I was back behind the mic for some hoops, and we had a weekend off from work. But before I take it to break, There was a man, you guys aren't in the studio now, there was a man who used to stand right there and watch us do
I
these
did see that
podcasts.
one.
Today is his birthday. He would have been 70. He would have been 73 today. What we did do is he went to his favorite restaurant, went to Outback, and we did have them bring some ice cream, and we sang happy birthday. Diane was there. Paula was there. The kids were there. My man JB was there. Krissy and I were there. So we were able to sing happy birthday to him. It is Dennis's birthday today. He was a big supporter of ours, and we just want to wish him happy birthday. You got something to say, Steve?
No, I was just saying, it reminded me the one thing I probably should have talked about was we went to my grandmother's where we grew up, 906 Benson Terrace.
Okay.
And the other day we let off some balloons in her honor of her birthday.
All right. We got some birthdays of some important people that we chose to celebrate this week. Let's hit that first break, Krissy, and we will be back with this week's headline. Kurt Cross here, producer of Take It To Yo with Turner and O'Neill. For more than 20 years, I have seen Gene the Barber for my haircuts. I am proud to say that Gene the Barber is now the owner of a new shop, his own shop, Max Life Barber and Salon. Max Life is family friendly with barbers and stylists for men, women, and children. Located at 6859 New Hampshire Avenue in Tacoma Park, Maryland, Max Life Barber and Salon is now the new home of Gene the Barber. Of course, you'll get Gene's signature service, but now Gene has several barbers to choose from. Schedule an appointment today by calling 240-687-7253 and tell Gene that the Take It To Yo team sent you.
Take It To Yo with Turner and O'Neill can be found on more than 15 podcast platforms. Listen to us on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Buzzsprout, Spotify, and other podcast platforms. Tune in on your preferred podcast platform. Be sure to listen, subscribe, and spread the word. Take It To Yo with Turner and O'Neill records weekly with episode drops each Thursday at 11 a.m.
One Headline is brought to you by
Ray Cruz and MCF Mortgage. With a stellar reputation as an outstanding mortgage lender, Ray Cruz serves the lending needs of real estate professionals, builders, and individual homebuyers in Maryland, Washington, D.C., Virginia, Texas, California, Florida, Illinois, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Ray believes that integrity is the cornerstone of his business, and helping you achieve your home financing goals is his business. Located in the heart of Bethesda, Maryland, contact Ray P. Cruz today to get started. Your home mortgage or refinance options await. Call 301-761-2278 or visit raypcruz.com. Ray P. Cruz, mortgages intelligently.
portions of the podcast were previously recorded. Now, back to Take It To Yo with Turner and O'Neill. Welcome back to Take It To Yo with Turner and O'Neill. Today's episode is brought to you by Ray Cruz and MCF Mortgage. Let's talk about this headline. The Dolphins fired Brian Flores. As a head coach, he won 7 straight this season, beat Belichick's Patriots twice, and did so with their starting QB hurt as much as he was healthy. Did the Dolphins make the wrong call here? Coach Turner.
I think it's BS. That man did a good job, and I think he had that their group going in the right direction. I'm surprised by it. And then I look at some of the ones who should get fired, and they get renewed.
Right.
I mean, different ownerships, they can do whatever they want, but it's a shame when you see someone who's doing a good job get canned in the way that they did him.
I completely agree with that. You look at what the owner of the Dolphins said today, and it sort of alluded to some organizational strife between, I don't know, everything that comes off from this coach seems like a winner. And Miami, which we've mentioned before, is I think one of the ways that we've wanted Washington to kind of rebuild through the draft, through doing it the right way and having patience.
Slow and steady, right?
Slow and steady, having a good leader there. And they did it. And then you look at somebody like the Giants coach or Cleveland's coach, it just doesn't make sense. And I think it's so stupid. I think it should be a bigger deal. And hell, bring him up to Washington, man. Put him on the staff. I like guys like that. I mean, he did something with not much So yeah, it's stupid, absolutely stupid, and who knows what behind the scenes. But I mean, all signs point to just like them just being.
Well, sometimes I feel like these owners are just because of all the money they have and they piss it around. It's like they kind of get stuck on stupid and just find themselves having to do something to make themselves look big.
Right. Well, and here's the thing. You say bring him to Washington, put him on our staff or something like that. That'd be great. He's going to be the first one interviewed for some of these vacancies that are coming up because this guy deserves a job. If I'm Minnesota, if I'm Denver, he is the call I make. Get that guy in here.
Jacksonville, bring him up to
he's already in the state, right?
That's the guy to do it, man.
Who wants to coach in Jacksonville, though? Coach, come on now.
Hey, they've got another number one pick back-to-back years coming up there for the Jaguars.
It worked out this year for him, right?
Hey, it kind of came together. They upset those Colts yesterday, and they looked pretty decent.
A month ago, we're going to get into that NFL talk, but a month ago, did the Colts not look like someone that no one wanted to play? And now, no one's going to play them. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your one headline. O'Neill Development is a custom builder in Maryland, Virginia, Washington, D.C., and the Eastern Shore. Recognized nationally as a premier builder, O'Neill Development has received awards for historic restoration and urban infill work. Committed to best practices in green building, O'Neill Development also provides support in budgeting, architect selection, and design development during the critical stages of planning. O'Neill Development, building, remodeling, and development since 1975. Find us at www.o'neilldev.com or call 301-840-9310.
Connect with us socially on Instagram and Facebook at Turner O'Neill Podcast, on Twitter at Turn On Podcast, on YouTube, just search Turner and O'Neill, then subscribe. And of course, you can visit our website at www.turnerando'neill.com.
Winsight Media delivers connections and intelligence to four of the fastest growing verticals: convenience retailing, grocery businesses, restaurants, and non-commercial food service through broad and cutting-edge platforms. No company is better positioned to meet the food industry's needs than Winsight. Connect with us at www.winsightmedia.com.
The Starting Five is brought to you by...
From Washington, D.C. to Ocean City, Woodbridge to Columbia, Richmond to Virginia Beach, the hottest DJs are right here. The Mid-Atlantic Professional DJ Association.
Dynamic DJ Entertainment, the most experienced professional DJ service in the DMV. For 35 years, our DJ talent has been the energy behind more than 14,000 events. If you're planning your wedding, school dance, corporate event, Sweet 16, or any event, our talented team has the right mix of music and MC skills to bring the energy and turn any event into an epic event. In 35 years, our DJs have performed in front of more than 2 million guests in 26 states. Our services include dynamic DJ talent, karaoke, giant games, atmospheric effects, movie nights, and more. Contact us today and let's make your next event an epic event. Dynamic DJ Entertainment. Visit thepartybeginsnow.com or call 301-942-4500 to get the party started.
Portions of the podcast were previously recorded. Now, back to Take It to Yo with Turner and O'Neill. The Starting Five. Welcome back to Take It to Yo with Turner and O'Neill. The Starting Five is brought to you by Dynamic DJ Entertainment. I am your host, Kurtis Cross, and I'm with Coach Steve Turner and Casey O'Neill. Our engineer for this and every episode is DJ Krissy. We are up to our weekly Starting Five. 5 questions I'll ask of each coach. They have 30 seconds each to answer these questions. They can only defer one question, and if they go over their 30 seconds, DJ Krissy, what will happen? All right, gentlemen, let's do it. Coach O'Neill, eliminate one thing from your daily schedule. What would it be and why?
Wow. I would eliminate, I don't say this is in the daily schedule, but any type of procrastination, because that hits us all at certain times. Obviously, you know the why, but I would then add in more of the meditation state to block out, because procrastination, just first thing that starts to creep in your brain when you wake up is like, oh my gosh, I got so much to do.
But we were talking about eliminating, not what we would add. Why are you adding on to the question, Coach?
Because you know what?
That wasn't part of the question, Coach. You showing off because we got one of your buddies coming on the episode later. That's all you doing.
Hey, Milo agrees with me.
Your dog ain't happy because he barking. Oh, that's your dog? All right, Steve, you can eliminate one thing from your schedule besides Coach O'Neal. What would it be?
Well,
COVID test.
I did not eliminate him, but he eliminated himself from me.
Being across the hall.
So I lost him from across the hall. But I don't know what Milo's got going on. He's got somebody outside he's pissed off at. But if I had to eliminate one thing from my daily routine, driving to and from work.
You don't like driving. You've mentioned that more than once.
I'm getting older, and I can't deal with people who can't drive. It's nerve-wracking. It gets me and my own son in arguments because he thinks I'm crazy. But I can't deal with people who can't drive. I hate people who can't drive.
All right. Live anywhere in the world. Now, you got to live there permanently now. And it's got to be a functional place. It can't be like some small island in Tahiti where you can't get groceries delivered. Where, Coach Turner, would you live anywhere in the world?
Do I have to name a specific place?
Yes.
Or can it be a type of place?
It could be a country, or you know what? Your name is on the show. Make it a type of place.
I mean, anywhere that's got sun and beach.
Sun and beach.
But, you know.
And basketball.
If I stayed in the States, of course, I'd just send me down to Miami.
What if it had no running water?
No, it's got to have running water now.
Because it has sun and a beach.
No, look, Krissy, you trying to make this thing ugly.
Right?
You're trying to make this thing sexy. Send me to like St. John or St. Croix or somewhere like that.
All right, Coach O'Neal, where are you going to be, brother?
Man, I love it down in that Charleston, Savannah area. You know, you can get a little bit of chillier weather in the winter, but man, is it nice down there. I'm going down that way.
All right. Replay a fun or a big moment in your life. What would you choose, Coach Casey O'Neal?
Say it again, a fun or big moment?
Yeah. Replay some moment of your life. Which one do you want to replay?
Ooh,
Besides the day you met me.
Besides that day, and the day I married Mrs. O'Neal and the children. Man, that's a good one too. But the coach speak, I would love to relive that first championship, just that moment right when we scored in overtime and winning that first one in 12 years, first as a head coach. Gosh, just to bottle that feeling up and just that release of just, man, right there. Back in 2010, it was 2010. I think it was about May 12th or May 13th of 2010, about 9:30.
Around Mother's Day.
About 9:30 at night. It was the day after Mother's Day, to be exact.
All right. Coach Turner, replay the moment. What moment is it going to be?
You DJ'd it. My wedding.
Oh.
My wedding day was unbelievable. Like, I'll replay that. I'd replay that every day. That day was unbelievable. And the reception, the way it was set up, having my grandfather, God rest his soul, play. Like you, Kurtis, you've talked about it, how that place was set up that night.
It was nice.
We probably danced from the time we stepped in there and got through introductions till we shut it down. I'd say the only thing I would ask for was we had a little bit of rain that day.
Oh, okay.
So the tent, remember we had that tent that was set up outside with another bar.
You sure did.
And I don't think as many people got to enjoy it. There were some who did, because I know a couple of guys who sat out there for a while by themselves getting tore up. But
toe up from the flow up.
but being, in that setting right there by the water, like I'll replay that day. Give me that day every day.
Okay. All right. Let's go with change your age forever. What age would you choose, Coach Turner? Freeze yourself where?
Oh, man. Take me back to Blair, bro.
All right.
Junior, senior year of high school. Lock me in. I'm going to have a blast.
Coach O'Neal.
I think it's right now, man. I love my 40s. I'm having a good time. Gained just a little bit of wisdom. I know you disagree, Kurtis, but I love where my children are, the people they're becoming, the stages they are, the way my wife and I, like, just everything's going right now. I'm happy with right now.
All right. This is momentous. First time in 2022. I completely agree with Casey O'Neill. I'm freezing it right here, right now. I love this podcast. I love where my kids are. I love the friendship that me and Krissy have been friends for a while, but I think it's growing and getting even better. We've been through some ups and some downs, and last year have been some downs, but we've gotten through it together. That's where I would freeze it right here. Not that this is my starting five, because it is not my starting five. I'm going to go back to an old faithful. Coach Casey, we're going to shut it down with this one. Oh, you got something else to say?
No, I'm pointing at you, man. I'm proud of you.
All right. I can't go rapid fire because our guest is backstage waiting, so we got one more question. Old faithful, 3 wishes, Casey. What are they?
Ooh, baby.
You can't guess for more wishes. You can't ask for more wishes.
I wasn't going to. 3 wishes.
All right.
Little bit of, and by a little bit of moolah, so some good.
That Powerball?
Some cash, baby. I want my children to find a field that makes them happy, like a work that makes them happy and enjoy. And give me that beach house, man, like we talked about before, down there in Savannah, Georgia, or Charleston, South Carolina.
All right.
That's what I want.
I'm going to go before Coach O'Neill. I'm going to wish that, we can find a place in this world where we can get along. I'm going to wish that my kids take the lessons and start to know the things that I didn't know when I was their age, to include being debt-free in life. And then I'll take that Powerball. The money helps. The money helps. Coach Turner, what would you do? Your 3 wishes.
Health, wealth, or 2. 1 and 2, health, wealth. And I mean, there's probably 2 that I probably got 2 more. So can I get a 4th?
I hope you do.
Just success for my kids and my wife's continued success, and just in life in general, but then in racism.
I would love to do that.
Amen.
Krissy, you deserve to get in on these 3, and then we're going to take a commercial break and come right to our guest. Krissy, give me 3 things that DJ Krissy wants on her wishes. No, you cannot ask for more wishes. No.
Snow.
And no more snow.
So lottery is the first one, because that honestly
takes care of a lot of
pretty much the rest of my wishes.
Right?
Snow.
Okay.
We're going to go snow.
All right.
Because
anything in this world
if I have
she
the
can
money,
have.
then somebody can plow for me and I don't have to shovel.
Okay. So
It'll be
anything
great.
in the world she can have, she wants snow. All right.
I like snow.
All right, let's go for the snow. Remember how I said I was proud of our friendship? Maybe not so much.
Yeah, right.
What's your 3rd thing, Krissy?
This is what we have to deal with. Just continued good health.
All right, and those are her 3 things. Coming up after the break, we have a gentleman who we've been trying to get on this show for a while, but Coach Casey O'Neill kind of picked him up, so he said he wasn't going to see us in 21, and he's here in 2022. Thanks, Coach Casey O'Neill, for ticking him off last year.
Buckaroo.
But, hey, that is our starting 5. Krissy, let's go to break. The starting 5. A-Squared Home and Office Solutions is the go-to source for home or office network and audio-visual solutions. We can help with smart home integration, wireless networking, media rooms, security systems, and more. We will link technology to your lifestyle seamlessly. Read our reviews online. Visit homeandofficesolutions.com for more info or call 240-356-8832. A-Squared Home and Office Solutions. We are home advisor, screened, and approved.
Take a TO with Turner and O'Neill would like to thank our friends of the program: Thomas Alford, Melissa Alshab, Margie Billings, Adam Cross, Chelsea Cross, Paula Cross, Lynn Johnson, Erica O'Neill, Sean Parker, Kathleen Talbot, Andrea Tarones, Timothy Whittier. If you'd like to become a friend of the program, go to www.turnerandoneal.com and click Become a Friend. Collins Funeral Home has served families of Greater Washington with compassion and kindness since 1939. Our friends John and Terry McHugh carry on this family tradition into the third generation. The McHugh brothers, along with their experienced funeral directors and caring staff, are ready to assist you at any time. Whether you have experienced a loss, need to make plans in advance, or simply have a question, please contact them to discuss how they can assist at your time of need. Visit collinsfuneralhome.com or call 301-593-9500.
This segment of Take a TO with Turner and O'Neill is sponsored by World Class Training, locations in Rockville, Maryland and Alexandria, Virginia. Performance training and physical therapy. That's what you'll find at Healthy Baller. Hi, this is Kurt Cross, producer of Take a TO with Turner and O'Neill. Paula and I have our 13 and 11-year-old children training with the wonderful crew at Healthy Baller Rockville. Healthy Baller has created a customized training experience for our kids, and we are super pleased with the results. Their excellent training and dedication to each athlete is apparent from your first consultation through the ongoing training sessions. Paula and I can personally attest to the results. Become your own success story. They offer group and team training, individual workouts, or semi-private training in Rockville and Alexandria. Call 844-622-5537 or visit healthyballer.com.
Portions of the podcast were previously recorded. Now, back to Take a TO with Turner and O'Neill.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's guest is a colleague of our own Krissy O'Neill and is the president of the Mabry Academy. As a career lacrosse guy, Mike Mabry has spent years engrossed in the lacrosse life. From his playing days at Broad Run High School and Christopher Newport University to his days as a coach and trainer, Mike just might know his way around a lacrosse field. The passion turned into the Mabry Academy, and he is here to talk lacrosse with us and more. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Mike Mabry. Coach Mabry, what's up, fella?
Oh, man, I'm doing so well and so grateful to be on the show. I really enjoyed the past 20 minutes and just listening to the conversation, and just grateful to be here and looking forward to answering some questions and chopping it up with y'all.
Well, Mike, thanks for joining us on the podcast. I believe you know Coach Krissy O'Neill. Coach,
Very
please
well.
greet this man.
Coach, good to talk. It's probably the fifth time we've talked today, but good to see you, man.
Yeah,
That's called
right.
stalking. That's
Take
called
it.
stalking. Casey, when he doesn't invite you to talk to him, it's called stalking, okay?
Okay. All right, Kurt.
All right. Coach Turner, DJ Krissy, let's welcome our guest to the podcast.
Welcome.
Oh, good.
It's good to meet you.
Pleasure, DJ Krissy.
Coach, man, appreciate you coming on with us today.
I'm excited to talk to you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Coach, let's get right into it, Mike. Why the Mabry Academy? Why now? Why is this the time?
Great question. I think it was a natural development for me in my coaching to try to put a full spectrum program together that could really benefit the players and the families in the community. I think I came across a great mentor at the right time, who was me and Casey's partner, and he believed in me. He encouraged me to pursue this. And then just the stage that I was in with my coaching career, what led me to meet Casey and form our relationship, for really, it was, been putting my head down and working at the coaching, nonstop for 6 years and believing in myself and pursuing to be my best. But the past year has really just felt like it's meant to be. So I would say it's just a natural growth and direction of the thing. But I would say in the bigger picture, my life vision is to have a massive positive impact. I think there's plenty of room to go around in this community of Northern Virginia and DMV for helping athletes and their families. So yes, I think it's just the right time, the right place. And if I can get closer to achieving that vision any day, I'm happy. And I've been really grateful to bring Casey on board, and he's helped this thing grow immensely already. So we're pretty happy where things are going, and I'm excited for it.
Coach O'Neill.
Yeah. So, Mike, obviously, we do talk every day, and despite what Kurtis thinks, that it is not stalking. It is developing the weapons that we are to go out and help help the young people. And I'm grateful for you, obviously, at a time in my life after coaching 21 years in one place to meet an energetic, holistic, and inside out type of coach like yourself. But to the people listening, define like your definition of mental health and how you want to help, young people, boys and girls from ages, whether it's 7th grade through college, but like, what's your definition of mental health?
Yeah, for me, it's health, and health it's a holistic approach to wellness. It includes your environment, it includes your internal dialogue, and all of the different sections of your own psychology. It includes what you put into your body, the food, the water, what you drink, what you listen to. It includes the way you move your body, the way you recover. So to me, I can't break them down and just, it's one whole unit for me. And that's the way that we teach it in the academy, is holistic health. So I would say if I had to break down mental health, I would go into the different strategies that we teach younger players, and first starting with self-awareness, and then really kind of going into their self-image and who you want to be and how you want to get after those things and the vision that you have for yourself. But, honestly, I think each person needs to pursue a baseline understanding of human psychology, and we need to normalize, understanding these things, and it needs to be taught at a younger age. I've taken a deep dive into psychology, and I love that stuff. And I think I'll pursue going back and get my master's eventually in sports psychology, maybe beyond. But to me, I think it's something that everybody needs to be educated in from an early age, so that we can just have a better awareness.
Coach Turner.
Coach, tell our listeners, and maybe I'm wrong on this, but in a lot of aspects of life, in different people who move on and start and create companies or things to help others, something occurred in their life that made them want to do this. Mm-hmm. Whether it been as a player in the youth, that came back as you've grown older and you were able to look back on it, or even during your time as a coach and an older player. Was there something that happened to you that made you say, you know what, I got to go back now and help fix kids who I don't want to see have to go through something maybe I went through?
A few things stick out to me. It's a great question. I think that a philosophy in my life is that everything and everyone is a teacher, if you choose to look at it. I adopted that late in high school, and I carried that with me to this day, and it's helped me immensely on my own life journey. And carrying that in my coaching style has always been a fun, enjoyable process for me. So I knew when I started coaching right out of college, I was in the weight room for a lot of it. I thought I wanted to be a strength coach, and coaching with that at the forefront and helping young athletes change their perspective on things and just have a healthier approach to their lifestyle. I loved it from the start. So I got hungry for it. I got more motivated to do it. I think about, when I got into suicide prevention, the first time, that was following the loss of a former player that Coach O'Neill coached as well, Gus Lee. And that motivated me to pursue a higher education and different experiences so that I could be a better coach and help others in a more impactful way. So that got me connected with a program called Sources of Strength that I still volunteer with, much less than I used to, but I'm hoping that'll change as things with the academy continue to grow and steady out. But yeah, I think really where it stems from is that simple philosophy that everything and everyone's a teacher. And I that really changed my whole trajectory in life. And when I realized that I could teach that through lacrosse or teach it through the weight room, I just became hooked to it. And man, it's just so enjoyable to be out there. As I'm sure, Coach Turner, as I'm sure you're aware of that feeling. It's hard to really kind of bottle up. But yeah, that's what comes to mind.
Nah, Coach, I hear your conviction and I love it. And you're doing a wonderful thing. So keep it going.
Mike, you can't be 30. Okay, you can't be 30. So, no, seriously, he looks too young to be 30. So, you talked about impact that you could have. I'm hearing in that the greater good. I'm hearing think globally, not locally. That means you have to sacrifice the me for the we. That means you have to decide at some point you're going to hang up being a head coach, at least for the moment. That means you're sacrificing trophies. You're sacrificing personal achievement for the greater good, Mike. Someone who's 27, I'm going to call you 27. I don't know how old you are. Someone who's in their 20s doesn't think like that. So I go back and I'm going to ask you again, why? Why are we giving up all those things? I think you're doing a great thing. So please don't think I'm challenging that you should have done that or not. But why? You don't hear from young people who sacrifice the me for the we.
Well, another great question. To me, it comes back is when I take on any project, when I do anything, it's a very simple formula filter that I go through. Does it align with my vision? And since I was about a sophomore in college, it very clearly came to me that my life's purpose is to have a massive positive impact. And that's just something that I was going for a walk, it hit me, and I ran with it. So I wanted to be a head coach for such a long time. I believe I'll get back to that eventually. But at the end of the day, did I really want to be a head coach, or did I want to have a massive positive impact? And it was the impact. That was the truth. And it took some time reflecting and talking to my mentors, like, hey, what should I do? I'm at a crossroads. Should I really pursue the academy all in on it? And I have to give up the head coaching pursuit. And then, I just broke it down and pros and cons, but really which one did I think I could help more people in? And at the end of the day, that was what was going to fulfill me. Now, the idea of winning as many championships as Coach O'Neal did motivated me, and it still motivates me in a more of an ego-driven way, but in a healthy ego-driven way. I still try to use some of those things to motivate myself daily, but I don't run out of juice when it comes to helping people. That's the difference, So I would say, it just didn't seem like that big of a sacrifice, in the moment, maybe when I decided not to pursue head coaching anymore and to go to the academy. But since then, I haven't even thought about it because it's just been so much fun and getting to work with athletes. I was with one of my guys a few hours ago. And his life story can remain, we don't need to go into the details, but he's had some challenges in the past year, and to be there in his garage, helping him in the weight room, get settled in his new squat rack, and the conversations that we had and the growth that he's had over the past 6 to 7 months. It's like, that's a championship for me.
So I never got to see Coach O'Neal coach. And if he ever gets back to it, I'll be sure to get there. But I think even though the Gonzaga community will and continue to miss him, thanks for bringing him along on this ride. This seems like this is a lot more than dollars and cents, and a lot more than in your personal whatever. You're giving back. And as cliche as that sounds, you're bringing this guy along with you. And maybe he'll be a little bit nicer to be around if he hangs out with you more. Coach O'Neal, your question.
Yeah, come on, I'm easy, man. I'm always goofing and having a good time. Mike knows.
Come on, man. Come on.
But I think that's why we've merged and kind of developed a good relationship, quickly and still learning and going through a lot of things. I guess my question isn't really a question, but more or less letting you sort of, to the audience that we have, which is a big audience, just talk about it. Like what does a young man or woman get out of the Mabry Academy from the President Mabry here? Like, they sign up, what is something that your child is going to get out? Or if they come to a group session or just get involved with us.
Sure. I think of one of the most impactful experiences that I had to answer this question and then tying it together. My freshman year in college was a total mess, academically, socially. I got injured, had a red shirt. And at the end of the year, I was having my end of the year eval with my coach at the time, Coach Todd Boward. And he said, he was like, how'd the year go? And I was in tears and I was so upset with myself. And I was like, man, I had such big goals. I wanted to be an All-American and do this. And I just completely dropped the ball. And he says, do you know what you want now? And I said, I know exactly what I want. I know the changes I need to make. I know who I need to be. I want to be it. I got it. And he goes, if you know what you truly want, you're 10 steps ahead of everybody else who played this season and think that they have a roster spot ahead of you. Right. And he used that example. And to me, what that really meant was clarity. When you have clarity, you can really get some things done. So one of the things that we strive for to provide any athlete that works with us, group setting, individual, or the families that, because to me, it's like we work with the families. We're trying to make such an impact on the kid that he affects positive change in his family unit is, we're going to drive to get clarity. What do you want to get out of the sport? Who do you want to become in the process? What are the goals? What are the daily routines that you want to implement into your life? What's the long-term vision? Where do you struggle? Where are your blind spots? What can we help you with? So to me, I think guaranteed. And if you come to one group session, I would like for that kid. Now, I don't know if many, 12, 13, 14-year-old kids go home and say, the session gave me clarity, Mom. Like, clarity is not a word that I started using until maybe college, and really understanding what that means. But I hope that they have the feeling of clarity and that it was purposeful and there was intention and it was fun. And, when I think about the difference between the one-on-one coaching versus the group training, there's a different environment with group training. And I want for those kids it to be memorable. And I want them, if they don't play for one of the best private school coaches in the area and they're not provided that opportunity, I want them to be able to walk away and be like, that was an experience. I got better at this, and that. I can use these mental skills for the rest of my life, made some relationships, and made some good memories along the way.
Coach Turner.
I got a question, but I'm sitting with because, I'm looking at you, Michael. You're a young guy, and you got a lot of, excuse my French, but you got a lot of goddamn wisdom. And it's a blessing to hear. So what leads me to my question, and just hearing you speak, you've spoken about your mentors. And I don't know who they are. I don't know if they're your parents. I don't know if there's some former teachers, former coaches. Give me three of them, if there are three, and tell me what it is, or what is the one thing that they gave you that has influenced you to become the young man you are today. Because dude, I've only been on here with you in a short time, but I'm amazed. I can sit here and talk to you all day.
I'm ready to go play for him.
So I want to hear who's influenced you and how they have and why.
I got you, man. I got Eddie Mason, number 1. I got Jason Dawson, number 2, and John Rothenberger, number 3. So Eddie Mason, former NFL linebacker. I think he retired from the Washington football team, and he was a strength coach. He runs Mace Training, and my mom worked out with him for years. And he gave me an opportunity. I got in some trouble in 8th grade. I actually got in the only fight I've ever been in, which I'm proud to say because I'm pretty anti-violence. And I needed to do some community service. And he gave me the opportunity to work at his football camp. So I was summer going into freshman year. I'm working at his football camp for little kids, like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. End of the camp, 3rd, 4th, 5th graders, their heads are spinning. They're like hard to, wrangle them in. And he just goes, hey, eyes on eyes. If you want to learn, if you want to get better at this game, you got to go eyes on eyes. Where your eyes go, your attention goes. And I don't know if the kids really got it, but I zoomed in and I looked them in the eyes. And I don't know what it was in that moment. I bought in for the rest of my life. And every coach that I ever played for in any sport, I was eyes on eyes. Now, I did not become a superstar football player. I was a subpar football player. But the next mentor helped shape me. And I'm so grateful that I went eyes on eyes every time that man spoke, Jason Dawson, who I believe just retired from John Champ High School out in Loudoun County. And so eyes on eyes, I took that with me everywhere. Very easily for me to look back and recognize I am the person I am now because I chose to look my coaches, my mentors, teachers in the eyes and be more present and extract more wisdom from them. I'm at Broad Run High School. When I was there, we went on a total tear. Not because of me, but we won 2 state championships back-to-back, didn't lose a game. Head coach's name is Michael Burnett, pretty incredible head coach. He's got a hell of a resume. But what I felt like our lifeline of the coaching staff is this guy named Jason Dawson, and he ran the weight room every day, 5 days a week for multiple years. I don't think he missed a day. He brought incredible energy, incredible motivation to the team, incredible instruction. Everybody loved him. And I think he was the reason for that program's success. Anybody that's played for him has a million great things to say about him. So I went eyes on eyes. This was someone who never touched varsity field, maybe at the end of the game. And I just paid attention. And when I got to college and it was time for me to play lacrosse there, I just tried to act like him. And I just imitated him. And man, it carried me so far. And I was an energy guy on my college team. I was a leader. And to me, I was just pretending to be him. And then when I got out of college and I started coaching, my first job at Paul VI, I was elected to run the weight room in the off season. And to me, it was just, I reached out to him. I went and got lunch with him. I asked for his advice. I basically asked for his blessing to pretend to be him. And I did. And I ran that weight room for 3 years. And then I brought somebody else who was better than me. But man, that was like so impactful in my coaching. So just the way he carried himself, but the real piece for me was just being around him and imitating the way he behaved. And then the last one, and arguably the most important one for the sense of Mabry Academy, John Rothenberger is a partner with us in the academy, a really successful entrepreneur, educator, and just an incredible person. And when he was courting me and talking to me about pursuing the academy, I was hesitant and a bit resistant at first. I was enjoying my coaching that I was doing, the path that I was on. He challenged me with the right questions. But more importantly, he saw in me what I did not see in myself. There was another level of growth. There was just another tier of execution on my part that I wasn't fully tapping into. And he saw it, and he told me to name the academy after myself. And he was the one. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I feel comfortable naming something after myself yet. And he's like, no, you have it, and you got to believe it. So what I like to think about and the truth behind the academy is, the academy is because he believed in me, and he did for me what me and Coach O'Neill and Coach Turner, what you do for athletes, right? We see in them what they don't see in themselves yet, right? So we pull it out of them. We believe in them and well enough until they can believe in themselves. So, for him to look at me and push me to pursue this, it totally just unlocked another level of beast mode within me. So those three guys, Eddie Mason, Jason Dawson, John Rothenberger, I reflect on those type of questions, and I love that one. So thank you for that.
I don't have any more questions. I'm going to take him to a starting five question in a bit. Gentlemen, do you have anything else for him?
Well, I do real quick, and this doesn't have to do with lacrosse. Coach Turner and Kurtis and DJ Krissy, Coach Mabry has a goal in mind, and it's not in the sport of lacrosse. He has decided that within –
he does not want to be a DJ. Tell me he does not want to be a DJ.
No way, man. You're too stupid for competition.
When we run group sessions, he's pretty good at DJing. He kind of knows the feel of what the drill needs, and we'll bring the big speakers out. The kids love it. And whether he's got techno going, whether he's got rap going, whether he's got any music going, he's got a pretty good feel for it. But I will say he's got a goal in mind. And, Mike, maybe you can finish this. In 5 years, you want to be what type of athlete?
Casey, in 3 years, I want to be a scratch golfer. So, yeah. So, long story short.
People like this. So will Kurtis.
Yeah, long story short, about 7 months ago, I unfortunately got diagnosed with this rare genetic heart disease. And the downside is that I got to keep my heart rate really low. So I can't lift weights anymore. But the doctor told me, he said, what you can do is, you can walk, you can do yoga, and you can play golf. And I didn't play golf. But I was like, you know what? Like, I kind of just to get through it, the emotional shock. I was like, well, you know what, doctor? I'm going to be the best freaking golfer you've ever seen. And he's like, okay, whatever. And I left, and I went and bought a set of clubs. And I went to the driving range and started practicing right away. And just yesterday I was down in Texas, and I shot an 84 at a pretty difficult course. And like 6 months ago, man, I was shooting like 110. And I'm fired up. I'm just getting better.
Well, hell, He's still shooting 110.
Easy. But what my point is, this young man is working hard at something. One door closes and he's opening up another one. But I am giving him a bunch of strokes, by the way.
I don't even go there. I didn't even need any of them. But I will say this. So probably about 3 months ago, I looked myself in the mirror and I said, if I was a student in the academy, what group, because we do a lot of assessing and evaluations, and we try to help the players assess themselves regularly. And I said, all right, the 3 months ago, I was like, if I was a player in the academy and just swap out golf and lacrosse, what grade would I give myself? My lifestyle, the consistency. And I was like, I'd give you a C. Like straight up, you think you're practicing hard, you're not deliberate enough. You think you're visualizing, you're not doing it every night. And then I had one player who's a student in my academy, in our academy, but I work with him more closely. And this kid is locked in. I mean, he is like one of the best students I've ever seen of the game. And I said, what if I just act like him? And I've really tried to be as good as he is with his commitment to his lifestyle for lacrosse development. with golf, and I would give myself an A recently. But that was the thought process, trying to put all the strategies that I've learned as a coach onto myself in this new sport. A lot of fun. Thanks for asking that, Coach.
All right, Mike.
Love it.
Here's what's one thing. Because we are a little short on time, let's make sure we bring him back. I want to, next season, let's bring him back. Let's see how we've progressed with Mabry Academy. Let's make sure that his energy is still there, and I know it will be. But Mike, you were backstage, so you heard it. We have something here on the podcast called the Starting Five. This is where I ask Casey and Steve 5 questions. They each get 30 seconds to answer each question we ask. If they don't answer in 30 seconds, this is what happens. Now, for a guest, we ask just one question, but you still only get 30 seconds. No guest has ever gotten the ding. So, Mike Mabry, you cannot get dinged. And I'm telling you, some people have gotten it close. Ain't no way he's going to be as quick as some guys. We've had some guys get it like 2 or 3 seconds, but don't take all 30. Here is your one question. Lace them up one more time. In a game where winner takes all, they're introducing the starting lineup. What is your entrance song?
I'd probably go with a song called Tweezer by a band called Fish, and it's a jam band, and something that we listened to a lot in college, and we would walk out to one of that song. It would be on the warm-up tape, and I love Tweezer, man. It's a good jam.
Well, first of all, Tweezer by Fish is Phish. That's how you spell the group. But listen, when you say warm-up tape, say warm-up MP3. You ain't but a day over 22 years old, so you don't know nothing about tapes or records or anything like that. It better be a warm-up MP3 or something. You streamed it on Spotify or something is what you did.
That's funny.
Well, look, before we let you go, tell the audience how they can connect with you, the Mabry Academy. Look, more people need to know how to connect with the mental awareness, the mental health of athletes, the physical conditioning of athletes, and they need to know that it goes down to the essential water that you put in your body and what you put in your body. How can they connect with Mike Mabry and the Mabry Academy?
Well, first, thank you, Kurtis, Krissy, and Steve, and Casey for having me on. Really enjoyed it. Definitely made my Monday night even more fun than it would have been because I've just been practicing my putting. I'm really grateful to connect with you all. I appreciate what you guys do for the community as well, and putting out a lot of really great stuff. To connect with us, MabryAcademy.com, Instagram's Mabry Academy. I'm going to get the Facebook page rolling soon. But just on Instagram and the website, and then my personal page is Coach Mabes, Mabes 44. I got a podcast my own that I'm about to revamp called the One Big Team Podcast, and I would love to have you all on. And this right here is one great big team. I can feel that energy for sure. But we're really excited about the growth in the academy, and we talk about, me and Casey and John, we talk about the ripple effect and the impact that we want to have in each individual athlete's life, and then who are they going to impact? And I can tell that you all are on the same page about having a positive impact. So really grateful for this conversation, and looking forward to next time.
We try to have an impact. Coach Turner does his things with the gentleman on I Street. Coach Casey O'Neill was doing it. He moved over to the Mabry Academy. We know what that impact is like. And me and Krissy, we just spin records. That's all we do. We spin records. We're DJs. Did you know? Here's something you did not know. DJ Krissy is the most popular, most tenured female DJ in the D.C. area. She's done it for 20 plus years, and she runs the DJ Krissy karaoke show. Look, Mike, we
just talked about how old he is, and then he said that.
Well, no, you're a veteran. You're a veteran, girl. All right. Look, Mike, we appreciate your time. We're going to do it again sometime. Ladies and gentlemen, the president of the Mabry Academy, Mr. Mike Mabry. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Zach.
Appreciate you, Coach. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming on.
Yep. Later.
Hey, man.
All right, we're going to go to a commercial break. We'll be right back, and we are going to break down that segment. Let's do it, Krissy. Next Level Lacrosse. Train like a Spartan. Next Level Lacrosse is dedicated to providing a terrific lacrosse experience that is intensely focused on player development and character formation. Players at all levels will improve significantly through professional coaching and carefully designed training programs. We stress proper technique and a tireless work ethic. From beginning programs to rec leagues, travel clubs to summer programs, we develop the young and experienced athletes alike. Next Level Lacrosse has a rich tradition of running the best middle and high school lacrosse leagues in the DMV area. You'll find us at www.nextlevelspartans.com or call 240-497-1460.
We invite your questions, comments, and show ideas. Simply go to www.turnerandoneal.com and click Submit Your Idea.
Take It To You with Turner and O'Neill would like to thank our partners, sponsors, and donors. Our premier partner, Ray Cruz and MCF Mortgage. Our partners, Dynamic DJ Entertainment, Healthy Baller, the Insurance Alliance Group LLC, and Marquise Evans of Keller Williams Capital Properties. Our sponsors, O'Neill Development LLC, Next Level Lacrosse, A Squared Home and Office Solutions, Collins Funeral Home, and Peace Players International. And our donors, Winsight Media, and Gene the Barber, now Max Life Barber and Salon.
This segment of Take It To You with Turner and O'Neill is sponsored by...
If you're buying or selling your home, start your journey. Your goals plus our expertise equals success. Welcome to Keller Williams Capital Properties. Let us work with you to find and purchase the home of your dreams. Working with us guarantees you the local knowledge and market information you need. We are local experts with a reputation for excellence. We're here to help guide you through every step of the process with expert advice and representation. For more information, contact Marquise Evans at 301-357-5608 or visit www.yourmyagent.com. Keller Williams Capital Properties and Marquise Evans. www.yourmyagent.com.
Portions of the podcast were previously recorded. Now, back to Take It To You with Turner and O'Neill.
We are back with Take It To You with Turner and O'Neill. Thanks for listening and watching as we enjoy meeting you here each week. This segment's partner is Marquise Evans and Keller Williams Capital Properties. Gentlemen, Mike Mabry, Casey, you know him well. I want to ask you to tell me what we don't know about him, but I think he gave us a good... Whoa, did he shine the flashlight? Did he shine the flashlight, Casey?
Hey.
Is that what he did?
I think he did.
And he told us who he is. I don't think you have to dig much deeper, to look much further. I think what you see is what you get. Someone who cares about those who come into the program, someone who cares about the community. And I'm going to tell you, for someone who's, I mean, can we comfortably say he is under 30? I joked, but I think he's a young guy, huh?
Yeah. He is.
I mean, for someone that young to, like I said, sacrifice the me for the we and to recognize that his purpose goes beyond his personal footprint, I think you just delivered a winner on this podcast, sir.
You know, people listen to that can easily see how sort of the position I was in as a coach and doing it for a long time, how easily and natural it was to kind of sort of make my way to work with someone like that, you know, to work with a young man who obviously I respect, somebody that I like his vision. He mentioned John Rothenberger as well, who we work with. And it's really fun to build something with a very holistic and positive person like that, who wants to build this. And, you know, again, listening to that, you can easily tell that's the type of man like you want your child to go and learn from and coach and be coached by and to be around because of that positive. I mean, it's not hokey, it's real. I mean, and that's why for me, you know, it took months for me to kind of really say, okay, is this real? I was like, yeah, damn right it is. Like, this guy is he's inside out. He's great. Kurtis, he shines a flashlight on himself, shines it on others for sure. But Mike is a special coach and he's a great person to work with. And for those that are interested, you know, just spend a conversation with him and you'll see why he's good to coach a kid.
Coach Turner.
I'm going to keep it real simple. And I'm just going to say like a little something to the kids who are out here listening, the youth, young men, young women, eyes on eyes. If you didn't hear anything else from this young man's message, eyes on eyes.
Yep.
There's so much that you can learn from that, be able to grow from that. Like, eyes on eyes.
Yep.
That's what I got for you. That was incredible.
That was too. And I got it written right here. I I think Coach Mabry is the real deal. Thanks for bringing him on. We'll have to have him back on.
Thank you, Casey. That was a great guest.
Yeah, I'd like to see how this evolves. We're coming right back with our weekly sports wrap-up. DJ Krissy, let's do it. Building your brand is an important part of your business growth. By advertising with Take-A-TO with Turner and O'Neill, you'll gain the exposure and brand recognition behind our podcast. From season to season, we retain 92% of our advertisers. With category exclusivity, your business will benefit from our popularity online and during the podcast. Advertising with Turner and O'Neill equals exposure on Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube, and more than 15 listening platforms total. Inquire today and let's partner to build your brand.
At Peace Players, we use the power of sport to unite, educate, and inspire young people to create a more peaceful world. We offer support programming, peace education, and leadership development to those living in communities in conflict. We challenge the hate that is driven by the fear of our differences. We bridge divides between people through the game of basketball, and we develop young leaders who help to change perceptions. Find out more at www.peaceplayers.org.
This segment of Take a TO with Turner and O'Neill is sponsored by
Insurance Alliance Group manages the gap between damage appraisal estimates from your insurance company and what you are rightfully owed based on your policy. They work on behalf of policyholders with claim assistance and disputes to maximize claims. Insurance Alliance Group serves as professional advisors and trusted advocates. The Insurance Alliance Group handles business and home property loss. Request a free claim review with the property loss professionals. Insurance Alliance Group. Visit us at insurancealliancegroup.com or call 866-574-4773.
portions of the podcast were previously recorded. Now, back to Take a TO with Turner and O'Neill.
Welcome back to Take a TO with Turner and O'Neill. This week's partner is the Insurance Alliance Group, LLC. Gentlemen, we're going to do a little rapid fire here. The NFL, the playoff matchups, winners and losers. Give me what you think. Raiders at Bengals. Coach O'Neill.
Raiders at Bengals. Raiders are, hey, man, they're living at Las Vegas, rolling the dice, baby. Spin the wheel. Let's go.
Bengals will get all up in them.
What's up?
Bengals going to get up all in there.
If I had to root for a team, I like Joe Burrow. I like what the Bengals have always been the doormat of them and the Browns of the AFC North. I think there's something about this Vegas team. I don't know. Derek Carr. I don't know. I think they pull it off.
Coach Turner.
Same teams or moving on?
I'm giving you Raiders and Bengals. Give me your opinion.
I'm going Raiders. They got a mystique. They got a little halo around them right now. They're going to get at least one.
All right. Patriots at Bills.
I'm rooting for your Bills.
It's his Bills. It's his wife's Bills. And
well, look, his team and our team is out, so he's going to be rooting for the Bills this weekend.
I sure will be.
So I'm rooting.
with you there.
I'm rooting for the Bills, but Joe, Mac Jones, man, and he's working with the czar, Belichick. I can't count the Patriots out, but I'm rooting for the Bills.
46-21 Bills, stage too big for Mac, and Mr. I can't say his name, quarterback, Bills. Josh Allen, he's going to start trucking some Bamas this weekend. Coach O'Neill.
I'm with you there. I think the Bills pull it out. There is that Patriots mystique of just, look, they're back in the playoffs after 1 year out. Mr. Jones, nice little quarterback. I think the last time they played the Bills, he threw the ball 3 times, but I think it was also -10 wind chill and wind like crazy. But Bills pull it out this time.
All right, Eagles at Bucks. Next subject, because Tom Brady's going to do what he does. Yeah, 49ers at Cowboys.
I don't even know why you wrote that on there.
Go Bucks.
49ers at Cowboys.
That's a good one. Go Niners. But
yeah, go Niners.
I'm all in on my Niners.
Yes.
Hey,
my Niners. We just got to figure out who's quarterbacking.
But let's be real. Like, the fact for them to get into that game, what Jimmy G, who obviously, whether we know he's going to be there next year or not, what he did
Come to
minutes left,
baby.
with a broken finger or whatever he's got going on to drive them down. I mean, the games yesterday for NFL, they had some of the most dramatic endings, and it all ended last night with the Raiders and the Chargers.
The craziest ending ever.
Right, right.
Crazy.
You're absolutely right. Steelers at Chiefs, the Ben Roethlisberger bus stops here.
Pretty much. Yeah, there's a few flat tires. I think they're going to be left in Missouri somewhere.
All right. Most intriguing matchup of the week, I think, Cardinals at Rams.
That is a good one. And the Cardinals are pretty damn good on the road. The Rams are pretty good. I mean, those are the two best teams maybe in the NFC right there outside of the Packers.
Right.
That's a tough one to predict. I think the Rams pull it out.
I'm rocking with the Rams.
All right, let's switch to the NBA. Klay is back. Did you see him last night? The guy doesn't look like he lost too much of a step. First play of the game, he gets the ball and goes right to the hole. He did get a dunk. He played some decent defense. I think he had 17 points. Klay is back.
17 in 20 minutes.
I think
a point per minute.
I don't think. How about this? I'm just going to do this real quick. The last time he played a game, neither one of my kids were in the schools that they're in right now. I mean, it's almost 3 years since he played. On Chelsea's birthday, 2019 was the last time this guy played. I think he's back for real. I don't think he rushed it back. I think the Golden State Warriors instantly become Western Conference favorites. They're only one game behind Phoenix, who's number one right now as it is. And now Klay is back. He's good for a game or two, huh, Steve?
No doubt. You know, get Green's got a little nagging injury. Get him back. They're dangerous. They're dangerous. Like, it's going to be interesting to see who they play in the finals.
The Kyrie effect. He can play away games, can't play home games. Is this going to be a problem? I think Brooklyn, I'm not sold on Brooklyn. I still am not sold on Brooklyn. And Chicago's looking real good.
Chicago will fade.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Chicago will fade, but I'm going to say right now, Giannis still got the East.
I agree.
But I do love that KD is the vocal guy right now for Brooklyn, and he's doing his best job to make this work.
You've been waiting on this. You've been waiting on him to be that guy, right?
I think he's doing his best job in the interviews, whether he's singing something else behind the scenes. He's talking it in existence to make it work.
All right, I agree. LeBron is averaging 28.9 PPG.
How you always sliding some Lakers stuff up in?
He's shooting better from 2-point range and 3-point.
This is not the Lake Show.
He's averaging damn near 29 a game.
Yeah, but it's all the script, Steve.
Shooting better from 2-point range and 3-point range, plus his free throw percentage is higher than any point in his career.
And now he's a self-proclaimed center.
Okay, so here you go. I'm sorry your Wizards suck. I'm sorry your Wizards suck.
I get on your skin on that one.
He didn't self-proclaim anything. They had to put him at the 5 because we don't got no bigs.
They don't have to. All them old head Bamas that they got sitting on the bench.
What about the bench? You got Greg Monroe. You got Greg Monroe. You got
on the line. Old head Bamas that y'all took to make the old Avengers. And none of those dudes can play center.
Greg Monroe has his AARP card.
All the way to see if y'all can find something to help you out.
Whatever. Y'all got Greg Monroe in DC. Y'all can't. Who's your center? Y'all Mahimi? Who the hell y'all had playing center?
Why are you comparing somebody at the bottom with your team that's supposed to be?
Oh, I'm sorry. According to Coach Casey O'Neal, the Wizards are hot right now. Blah, blah, blah.
I never said that. But you went at me like saying it's my team.
Alabama versus Georgia. I'm going Georgia.
Roll Tide.
I want Bama, but I've been telling y'all, I think Georgia's got the number.
Whatever. LeBron is averaging more than any point in his career right now.
About time he got aggressive and stopped playing soft.
And he's 467 years old.
He's not going to ever be the GOAT, so get it out of there.
I don't want him to be the GOAT.
Never.
I think Kobe's better than him.
All y'all young Bamas listening to my podcast, he will never be the GOAT.
Oh, now it's your podcast. I thought it was Turner and O'Neal.
Ever. I'm taking on all the people who are going to come back and say something slick. So I'm putting it on me. He's not the GOAT.
All right. Maybe you should play some rounds of golf, brother. Damn.
I try. I just don't have enough time.
What's up with Bron? Let's go to our last break, and we'll be back with the final
word. Old
word.
school Bamas up.
Connect with us socially. On Instagram and Facebook at Turner O'Neill Podcast. On Twitter at TurnOn Podcast. On YouTube, just search Turner and O'Neill, then subscribe. And of course, you can visit our website at www.turnerando'neill.com.
Become a friend of the program. Friendship contributions start at just $25. Each contribution helps to fuel Take a TO with Turner and O'Neill. To find out more or make your contribution, go to www.turnerando'neill.com and click Become a Friend.
The final word is brought to you by Ray Cruz and MCF Mortgage. Call 301-761-2278 or visit raypcruz.com. Ray P. Cruz, mortgages intelligently.
Portions of the podcast were previously recorded. Now, back to Take a TO with Turner and O'Neill.
We are back, and it's time to wrap this episode up with some thanks and, of course, our final word. We do invite you to become a friend of the program. To do so, go to turnerando'neill.com and click Become a Friend. We'd like to thank our season three friends, Thomas Alford. See, you got me all messed up, Steve, talking this
No, I think it's that medicine you take it for that tooth extract.
Oh my God! Last week it was
All
bad.
the people hoes on the beginning of the podcast and all kinds of stuff.
I mean, and somehow this dude found a way to like post the pictures of the teeth as he's laying down. And
I just sent y'all a text. Look, guys, welcome to 2022. We'd like to thank season three friends Thomas Alford, Melissa Allshab, Margie Billings, Adam Cross, Chelsea Cross. Chelsea Cross was on like father, like daughter, by the way. Thank you two for being there.
It, baby.
great
Paula
job,
Cross,
baby.
Lynn Johnson, Erica O'Neill, Justin O'Neill, Sean Parker, Diane Panasevich, Dennis Panasevich, Amy, Dan, Noah, and Ellie Richard, Kathleen Talbot, Andrea Saronas, and Timothy Whittier. Become a donor, sponsor, or partner by going to turnerando'neill.com. Our brand new Season 4 Media Kit has now been posted. Just click Media Kit. You'll find all about how you can become a partner, sponsor, or donor. Connect with us on all the social media outlets. Go to turnerando'neill.com. Click any of the social media icons. Before we sign off, thanks to our listeners and viewers. This podcast is fueled by you, and we appreciate your support. DJ Krissy, thank you. You make us sound and look good each week. Coach O'Neill, your final thoughts.
Hey, I'm just glad that our audience could hear from the young man that I'm working with and building this great program. Super excited that Mike could join us. He's a great person to work with. And you know what? Starting this new year off right, everybody be safe, keep working hard. Eyes on eyes, Coach Turner. You know it. You love it. And good luck to you, my friend, coming up this week. But Mike did a great job, and this academy, this program is just getting started.
DJ Krissy, your thoughts?
Wonderful Mental Health Monday. Great guest today, Mike Mabry. Awesome. And I will just say the S word one more time. For good measure. Snow.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
Let it snow.
Let it snow. Let it snow.
My final thoughts, I go with you, Coach Turner. I go with you, Coach Casey O'Neill. Eyes on eyes. The theme I'll take away from this, because I believe I made her tear up a little bit when I said I'm proud of the friendship we have. So, Krissy, I'm proud of the friendship we have. And Coach Turner, the floor is yours.
First of all, Casey, great guest. Great guest. And this was a great Mental Health Monday. I know I'm gonna get off our podcast tonight, and I'm going to be laughing, thinking about some of the things that happened on this episode. Great episode, guys. Way to keep it light, fresh, and fun for our
LeBron
listeners
is a beast,
and for ourselves. Oh, LeBron's a beast. There's no doubt. I mean, he's close to my Mount Rushmore, but he's not there yet. But I mean, he's arguably one of the best to ever play the game. He's just never going to pass MJ for me as the GOAT.
I'm with you, but I interrupted your quote. Sorry, sir.
No problem. Big week for the Eagles. Excited for my boys. We got some work to do. Got a couple scrimmages to play to get ready for late February. And we'll see the boys at Hyattsville tomorrow. But, quote today, I think it's fitting because of our guest. And in life, we try our best to find that thing that fulfills us. And it sounds like for Mike, he was able to find that because of some mentors who walked him through some different aspects of life, and then one who really challenged him to go out on a limb and be the best, what I always like to talk about, version of himself. And my quote today: your work is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you will know when you find it.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, lady. DJ Krissy, pull the plug.
Take It To You with Turner and O'Neill would like to thank our advertisers, our premier partner, Ray Cruz and MCF Mortgage, our partners, Dynamic DJ Entertainment, Healthy Baller, Insurance Alliance Group, LLC, Marquise Evans of Keller Williams Capital Properties, our sponsors, O'Neill Development, LLC, Next Level Lacrosse, A Squared Home and Office Solutions, Collins Funeral Home, and Peace Players International, and our donors, Winsight Media and Gene the Barber, now Max Life Barber and Salon. Take It To You with Turner and O'Neill is produced by Kurtis Cross and engineered by DJ Krissy. All material is the exclusive property of the podcast and may not be copied, rebroadcast, or used in any way without the written consent of the podcast. The views, ideas, and commentary of podcast guests are solely their own and not necessarily endorsed by the podcast. You may submit questions, podcast ideas, and commentary to turneroneillpodcast@gmail.com. No compensation is offered for submitted material. Should we choose to use your idea, comment, or question, you agree to your likeness, social media identity, and/or information being used on the podcast. Take It To You with Turner and O'Neill is recorded weekly and distributed via Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and more than 15 podcast platforms in total. You can also view Take It To You with Turner and O'Neill weekly on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest episode drops. Some portions of the podcast may be pre-recorded. Join us socially on Facebook and Instagram at Turner O'Neill Podcast, on Twitter at Turn On Podcast, and on YouTube. Search Turner and O'Neill and subscribe. Our website is www.turnerando'neill.com. Advertising opportunities are available.